He was born in Brooklyn, little apartments, Lord, just like Brooklyn. He been running ever since. It's been a long, a long time coming, and it looks like change done come. Oh, yes, it is. And he'll go to Facebook. He said, Facebook, believe in me. And they end up canceling him. Now he's back on his knees. Oh, there are times when he thought, hey, peoples, yeah, we shouldn't be gloating over prisoners, least of all me. All the time I done did. But it looks like the new news is Bishop about LAMAR Whitehead has been found guilty on all charges. All the charges we've spoken of in the last, what's it been, a year and a half? And many people were wondering, well, when the hell are they going to put him in jail, right? It is ironic that this black woman who he took advantage of and ripped off is the person that brought his ass down, right? And it is right. I'm sorry. I know a lot of the brothers are going to say, oh, you want a black man in jail. What's the benefit? Nobody died and all this stuff. It was most offensive. First of all, the most offensive thing about Whitehead was the way he played with God. Let G the hang. Let G the hang. Right? He is a cartoon character of a preacher. We should have known that the way the whole ministry, the Christian church, rejected him. He didn't even rise to the level of being like a pulpit pimp. He was so far beneath that, honey. He just came on there. He said a couple of words out of the Bible, and then he continued to play the same game. So I think that it's right that LAMAR Whitehead. So apparently, now we don't have the full story yet, but I'm going to read some of what is in the news today. This is breaking news, and this is what the I think it's the New York Times had to say about LAMAR Whitehead. Hold on a minute. LAMAR Whitehead, a Brooklyn preacher known as the Bling Bishop for his flashy luxury possessions, was convicted in Manhattan federal court on Monday of defrauding a parishioner and trying to extort a businessman while boasting about his ties to Mayor Eric Adams. Mr. Whitehead, 45, was pronounced guilty on 5 counts. I think he was charged with 5 counts. He was found guilty on all of them, including wire fraud, attempted extortion, lying to the FBI. Prosecutors said Mr. Whitehead, who had a previous conviction for identity theft, had lied and threatened to force his victims to give him money. That's the extortion part. And had misrepresented his relationship to the mayor and to God. He was lying about I'm not going to read the whole thing. This is the New York Times, however. It is very, very reliable. He was lying about access. He was lying about influence. He was lying about all of it. Derek Wilkerson, Wilkstorm, a prosecutor, said in his closing argument. The government said that Mr. Whitehead had persuaded the parishioner Pauline Anderson to invest about $90,000, her entire life savings of her retirement savings, with him, and had then spent the money on car payments and goods from Louis Vuitton and Foot Locker. So I guess he has several pairs of shoes. Other charges relate to interactions with Brandon Belmonte, who was running an auto body shop in the Bronx. Mr. Whitehead tried to force Mr. Belmonte to lend him $500,000 while promising access to Mr. Adams, prosecutors said. Okay, so this story is fresh. It is on the New York Times. Y'all can read the whole article. It is extensive. They go through the whole case. Let me get back. So since we have been covering this case, I lost interest in it maybe a year ago because I mean it was just every day it was something new, some other scammy or salacious thing that he had done, and then we saw that he never let up. He still went back to acting like he was preaching. He still went back to acting like these 14 to 15 people in his church were somehow supporting Rolls Royces and Bentleys and Maseratis and big huge houses. He thinks those 14 people in one of the low end of where's he at? Baltimore? No. Where's that man at? Brooklyn. In Brooklyn was supporting all this stuff, right? So he's been found guilty on everything, baby. Let me speak to y'all before we get into this mess. Hi, Deborah Mitchell. Oh, wow. Yes, honey, they caught him. Of course, we're going to have to report on it. We won't get a real detailed report on it. I think Pam Esquire is down there. She was covering the case, actually going to the courtroom. So she'll have the full story. But the New York Times is reporting that he is in custody. That might be the last time you see Bishop LAMAR Whitehead for quite a few years. I don't think he's been sentenced yet because they didn't mention that in the article. There'll be another trial, but this is not. I guess the cases are tied together because she is suing him for her $90,000, which she's entitled to, plus damages. But he's been found guilty in federal court, so he's going to the Fed. Now, what we knew from a long time ago, when the Fed gets involved in that ass, generally speaking, they win. They take their time and they win. Very few people walk away from these federal charges, correct? And he continued to live the same goddamn way. He's still flashing all his diamonds and all his cars and his Rolls Royces in the middle of goddamn Brooklyn somewhere, girl. I think he may have mental illness. There's something wrong with him because it would have been so easy to pay that woman off. If you can raise on all your scams millions of dollars and you can buy fake buildings and do all this shit, you should have been able to raise $90,000 and give it to that woman and shut her up, honey, with a sincere apology. You could have nipped it in the butt, dude. Then you went after Belmonte, another one. I think you only got him for $5,000, or is that another person? I don't know. But that also was to your detriment by accusing this man or trying to blame this man for the entire scam, right? And it ends up he's the one that's turning on your ass and turning you in and telling you how you tried to extort him, right? So when you go to sleep at night in that cell, nigga, I hope Belmonte's face just keeps appearing in your dreams, child. Belmonte's face, right? You thought it was the proper thing to do. You could have went over and gave that man the $5,000, child, and say, "I'm sorry, bro. I messed up." Right? But no, you went on a campaign. You went on a campaign to say how worthless and bad he was, trying to put all the blame on him. You thought you were smarter than the federal government, and now what's happened? I don't see you getting. I don't know what he's going to get. He ain't getting less than 10 years. He'll be in his 50s when he get out. He's not getting less than 10. But you know how sometimes people can be when you're flaunting and throwing crazy stories up at the judge. He might take offense and give you more time. So you're looking at, I would guess, 10 to 20 in the Fed. If they give you 10 in the Fed, you're going to do at least 90%. At least 90%. Usually, people say, see, the Fed don't have no parole. Like when I went to prison, you do a year or something like that, and then you get out and you got 3-year tail. That's the state. You get 3 years that you're on probation or parole, 3 years on parole. That's why you get a lighter sentence. But when the Fed come out after that ass, honey, you got 10 years, you're doing 10 years. At the very best, 9 years. And if they give you 10 to 20, you could very easily end up spending most of your life in prison. This is where you came from. Whitehead I know it's too late. It's too late for advice. Whoa, you spend all this time trying to sue people when you should have been trying to prepare your defense, Sonny. And you should have been trying to pay these people off in hopes that you can walk away from all this stuff. You spent no time on that. You dog the people out, and you spend all your time filing lawsuits about people which you cannot possibly pursue. How are you going to be trying to sue all these people for 20 million here, 50 million there, 100 million there? Girl, them lawyers are not going to take no damn case with your ass locked up in prison and they can't get paid. Forget it. Hi, Sandra. They finally got his ass. We can say, oh, you're talking about the black man. The woman was a black woman, right? The people who you ripped off, they black too? The arrogance, Whitehead. Now, what's going to happen with Whitehead? He's going to go in the Fed. It's a little bit easier time than the state, right? He's going to pick up where he left off. He's going to be a big old muscle man because all you can do is work out, right? And then he's going to be a big muscle man and nobody will see his muscles other than other inmates. But that's what you do. You know, maybe he can read while he's there. That's what I did. But he'll just pick up his old routine, you know. And the people in the jail, they have access to television and radio, so they all know about what he did. And I'll say, man, you are one stupid motherfucker. You are one God. You just lost the case about the damn apartment building. Was that just last week or 2 weeks ago? Now you done lost your freedom. All them diamonds and all that, your relatives gonna go rush your house and get out anything valuable. So all these Rolexes you done bought, need gold chains and all that shit, that's gonna end up in somebody's pocket, right? You say it's worth $1 million, your relatives or people who have access to your house are not gonna just leave that in the house. Oh, put that away from me. I want to put it in storage. Give it to mama. Child. Uncle's gonna be sliding a diamond necklace in there. The uncles and the cousins are gonna hit them closets, honey. They're gonna get every one of them damn suits that you done broke these people for. Every one of them goddamn suits gonna be on somebody's back in Brooklyn or Harlem. All them damn shoes. They had the Foot Locker in your charges, child. He better pawn his fake diamonds to bail. He ain't no bail. Hell no. They found him guilty, Deborah Mitchell. He ain't got no bail. This is not the civil trial. This is the criminal trial against the federal government. He's done. You can't bail out now. You've been found guilty. Right? I've heard of rare cases when people have bailed out when they're pending, when their case is pending or something, filing an appeal. But overwhelming majority of the time, when they find you guilty and they arrest you, you are under arrest at that point. It's not like when you were going into court, right? You were just being charged and you could fight it like that and you can get out and bail out. No, he's past that. And it's taken quite a while too. Damn, what we've been talking about him for 2 years. His case is not particularly interesting, really, aside from the bling and the arrogance and the stupidity. I mean, have you ever heard that dude preach? He just says the same. He opened up the Bible and he say the three words, and then after he say the 3 or 4 words, he'll say, "Now let's get you to hang. Let's get you to hang." So I think he might be mental. But I was saying, when he is plight in prison, he's going to be what they call a jailhouse preacher, right? Because he still has a desire to preach. And I'm sure he feels that he still has a relationship with God. So he's going to preach. We had jailhouse preachers all through the prison. When I first got saved, or when I first got delivered, there was a guy in Vacaville State Prison. And I used to go to him to listen to the word because he was very well versed in the word of God, honey. Right? He was very well versed. So that's what he's going to become. Well, says the angry bus driver. They finally got him. Didn't it take a long time? Girl, I ain't never take that long for me. I think because I always pleaded guilty because I was guilty as hell, girl. First deal they came with, I'll take it. I'll take it, honey. I surrender. I surrender all. No, he was arrogant about it and didn't even change his ways at all, honey. So because I don't think those people, his followers, they couldn't give him anything, child. He'd be lucky. He never even had a church, really. A few chairs in some rental space. That was just all the front. But I do believe he actually believed that he was a preacher, and now he's a bishop, self-appointed bishop, or somebody he paid off. Right, Lamar Whitehead? Maybe you'll have a computer, access to a computer in the library or something, and you can see how famous you have become. I believe the word is infamous. We'll get more on this from Miss Pam on tonight, I'm sure, because she's actually there in the courtroom. She's been following the case from the beginning. Already a felon. Repeat, he ain't getting out no time soon. Lord have mercy. You are, and the crimes that you were convicted of initially are very similar to these crimes. Before they sent you for all these years, you think you did 8 years, and it was for identity theft. This is basically the same thing, child. You con this woman, and it's the same kind of crime, right? And you got out of jail and went right back to it. People don't just get out of prison after serving 8 years. First, you got to get an ID. That's where you start off when you get out of prison. All you got on is a jumpsuit, so you need to get some clothes. It's a very slow process getting back. But this nigga get out of prison driving Rolls Royces. Weren't you sent to prison for stealing cars and identity theft and putting cars in people's names, right? Isn't that what you were convicted of? So why would you be flashing all these cars, girl, when that's what put you away? Right? Then they stop you with on a motorcycle that you had gotten in somebody else's name and fucked up their credit. Right? And that's how they caught you, Whitehead. But you ain't got enough sense that, oh, maybe I shouldn't be so flashy. Maybe I shouldn't be on TV. Maybe I shouldn't be on CNN and MSNBC. Maybe I shouldn't be covered by all the major stations, honey. Maybe I should be covered by the New York Times. Child, the Times don't fuck around. This is a real case. You have been sent to prison probably for the majority of the rest of your life. Right? You did nothing towards beating this case. When they raided you, when everybody said they're gonna raid you in a couple months, that's exactly what happened, right? And we're all sitting back. Well, damn, when is he going to jail? Right? How long does it take? Right? You spent all that time stacking up more frauds, trying to take people's churches, throw them on the street, child. You had no right to that church. You're just trying to con them people, take their church from them. Right? And then you want to do all this in the name of God. You know how offensive that is to people who are actually believers? You know, believers in right and wrong, for one thing. Correct? You prancing around here. Yeah, just get Jesus to hang. Let's get Jesus to hang. You made a mockery of the church. No preacher would be associated with you. None. Hey, St. James. The lies took that old woman's money. That's a damn shame. Somebody worked their whole goddamn life and you're going to go steal her money. Oh, that was a donation. Ain't that a bitch? Why would I give you? You came up last in trying to run for Brooklyn, whatever, Paris president or some shit. Same thing Eric Adams was. But boy, you are such a flashy fool. Nobody was going to vote for you to be in office, child. A convicted crook. And then you're doing the same shit you did when you went in there, girl. You're obsessing with these cars. Hi, Miss Sherry. Sandra, there was a lady who offered to be a new moderator on here. And I didn't. All I got to do is click on. So if you in here, hon, I think you were from some state. I forget what it was. But yeah, I can just, it's just one click. So let me know if you're here. Blue skies. It's sad. Scamming people, taking advantage of people, honey. Trying to force people to do shit for you. Talking about you associated with you could have brought down the black mayor of New York by associating him. He had to cut off all association with you because you are running around town spilling his name, using his name like you were connected to the mayor, and you can make things happen. Correct? You try to use him. You try to use a dead man. Wait a minute. You got the same tired ass story about how the police beat your father to death, and then we find out from the family themselves, we don't know him. He's not a part of our family at all. My father was not his father unless it was just something where he dropped across town somewhere. He had no relation to this man. He just took his identity. That's still an identity right there, girl. And you can keep talking about, oh, I was raised as a black man without a father because of the police. I without a father. This thing like that's some kind of unique story in African American community. A whole lot of us were raised without fathers. It ain't that no breaking news, honey. So that's how you started off. Trying to use him, a dead man. Then you try to use Eric Adams because he spoke to you some damn where, right? Oh, he sounded like what's that woman named Stomp Down. Remember when she was telling Jay Wilson, can I call you my blood father? Oh, can I say that I'm from the house of Jay Wilson? Same thing, girl. Eric Adams met you in a couple of places, child, because he was running for office, honey. You got your ass up under him and acting like this is your new daddy. No regard for that man's career at all, right? You're a crook. And I'm sorry to say, you're a pretty dumb criminal. Now, people will say, well, he ain't dumb. He had a Rolls Royce. He ain't dumb. He live in a... Who wants to live like that, child? Knowing the people could be knocking on your door at any second for your whole life, child. So you done scam this one and scam that one, and you're trying to borrow millions of dollars over here, and all in the name of God. You walking into the bank with a religious collar on your neck, child. You don't even respect God. Now, you may respect him enough to be a jailhouse preacher, and that's what you're going to be. But that's about the end of it, honey. Flesh has a hold of you, right? Your obsession with material things, child, that's not a person of the cloth. You never were. And because you can quote scripture, it's because you were in jail for 8 years. Shit, I read the whole Bible twice. That I read the whole way through, most of it, all the way through twice, child. And then just stay stuck in the New Testament, right? I learned the Bible by being in prison. So that's where you got your education from, child. Mm-hmm. Of course you learned it. What else you going to read? Mm-hmm. And the other crooks in prison would tell you about what easy scam that is to be a preacher. What's it called? 501c or some shit. You ain't got to pay taxes on it. You can use the church as a cover for the money you're bringing in. But them people wasn't giving you nothing. Every time we saw that church, it was no more than 15 people in that room. You didn't own the church. You had a rental space, rented on Sundays for a couple of hours. Correct? Then we saw all the violent rage with that woman who was coming into your church she said to write her book or something. She wanted to write about crooks, pulpit pimps and crooks. And you grabbed her by her throat. You ran the rage in your face when she walked past. The rage. And you grabbed her like she was an animal by her neck. This is who you are. Walked her out the church, and you want to come back. I'm a victim. Oh, she tried to run on my kids too. Everybody's trying to run up on your children. Them niggas came in there to rob you, punk. They weren't interested in no goddamn children. They weren't interested in nothing but all that shit you wear, trying to be somebody and bragging about it. You're online bragging about all these jewels you got, right? Right? A righteous crackhead will kill you for $500. You over there boasting about you got $1 million around your neck. And they came and took it from you. They should have got them car keys, honey. I'm sure that damn Bentley would have went for something. Blue skies, sunshine, blue skies. Please go away. My girl done found another and gone away. Listen, raindrops without the teardrops, and no one would ever know that I'm crying, crying. I want to go outside. Hey. How you doing, Blue Skies? Scamming the people, taking their money. Shit. Protect the black man. No, protect the black woman. Fool. I don't know why you would even want dirty money like that. And they go out and buy these silly ass costumes with it. I mean, how crazy is that? No visible means of income unless you're moving into mansions. And you're going to give classes to people. You're going to give classes to people, all right. You're going to get classes to people so you can find out their information so you can go back to stealing their identity. I'm going to give it for free. Free class about how to do real estate. I'm going to give it for free. Just give me your social security number over there. Who this here? Give me some money. Thank you, Connect Mobile Videos. Love your show, Mr. Blaine. Do you know what kind of time charges? I have no idea what he's going to get with the Fed. It's extortion. He got 5 charges. He was found guilty of all of them. He is a convicted felon already, right? So it's not, I don't know how long, is it a couple of weeks later? Sometimes longer, but a couple of weeks, then they'll find out how much time he's getting. But according to the Time article, he ain't going nowhere. He's in jail right now. So I don't know about fraud. All my charges for drugs. And it was all state. The Fed don't play. Well, he had himself a ride. He had a couple of years to come out and ride around in fancy cars and rip people off and go up in mansions and go and buy you 5, give me 5 pairs and all this shit. And you got labels from head to toe. I'm so tired of that look. They call it the dandy. Is that called dandy look? All these labels on all your clothes, honey. Some other man. I don't like that shit. I'm sick of it. He ain't the only one doing it, but he does it. It is it in excess. He is the William McRae of Brooklyn. Right? Look at me, look at me, look at me, and look what it got you. You could have easily told that woman, I'll give you 10,000 tonight. You give me a couple of weeks, I'll give you another 10,000, and paid her ass off. And at least you would be on the street. You wouldn't be sitting behind bars, honey. The other guy was only 5,000. You could have gave him that, honey. One of them suits is 5,000, right? He's stupid. He's a dumb man. He wanted to be presented. I guess he's a frustrated rapper, except he couldn't rap, but he wants to hang out with rappers and act like rappers. And I'm gonna save their soul. And nobody else can save the soul. Like, he even lied about the boy supposed to be he's supposed to turn into the police because he killed somebody on the subway. That was all a lie, girl. People don't know you. He all in front of the cameras. Who else got 3 and 4 press conferences because they got robbed? I thought the news was shocking. I mean, it's been coming a long time, but after a while, you said, what, court case after court case? When are you going to throw his ass in jail? Wear his Gucci suits? They're taking all that, baby. Believe me, I know. They're taking every damn bit of it. I remember when I used to get busted here in the Tenderloin, the police would leave the door open, girl. They did it every time. I was busted 5 times in the same place, right? Every time they bust you and they leave the door wide open, and then everybody leave the building and go in, and all the shit you've been collecting, thinking you fly, you super fly and all this shit, they take it everything, right? They got no respect for you. People ain't got no respect for you. Nothing. You're gone. Gone, gone, gone. Go. Anybody here seen our old friend Whitehead? Can y'all tell me where he go? He deceived a lot of people and he ripped off the widows. I just looked around and he's gone, gone, gone. There's Goonies. So thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. One thing. Where's his Gucci suit? Child, them homeless people are gonna be all over Harlem, honey, in them suits. Everybody grabbed 10 or 15. I guess he had hundreds of pairs of shoes, child. Shoes was a part of the case. He got all these goddamn Gucci clown suits, child. All you got to do is be present. You take anything you want. Pictures come off the walls, right? They might even take the plumbing, girl, and sell the plumbing in the house. Although he didn't really own anything. And he's so arrogant that he probably didn't even put the shit in a safe before he went to prison. Really? Because he knows he's guilty. So, and he's dealing with the Fed. He should have put all that shit in a safe some goddamn where, child, where it stay there. But no, he got to be bling bling every day. Yeah, he tacky. See? All those logos. People, men's names all over your head, all over your neck, all over different collars, girl. All over your pants, all over your shoes. Like one of them old country pimps, honey. Lord have mercy. Then he gets so offended when people call him a drug dealer. I stop. What are you presenting, honey? What, right? What does all got to do with the word of God? You never did having a following. So you preaching the prosperity gospel. It's laughable. It was a joke. He was obsessed with Fat Joe. Fat Joe gonna get. No, the stories won't come out probably later this evening because it was breaking news this morning. He got found guilty today. I got a hat. Give me $3. Give me $3. This nigga done paid $600 for a fucking hat. Let me get $3, man. Let me get a piece. You don't be no drug dealer. No, the drug man is gonna end up with most of it. First, the homeless people and the other people, all the family gonna take everything, right? And then after that, the homeless people, the drug dealers are gonna end up with it because they're gonna be selling it all to them. They don't know what's got any money, right? Fool. My word, all that flashy ass shit, child. Nigga thought he was Willie Dynamite or somebody. I still want to see that woman get her money, though. That's serious. You don't take people's life savings like that. It's crazy. You don't do people like that. So how's she gonna get her money? He's in prison. The Fed is known for seizing things too. So they may seize whatever he does have his name on and sell it. But more than likely, it's gonna be in foreclosure or behind in payments because as I recall, when he bought that big house, they went over there to interview him, and damn thing already had eviction notice on it. Cars are rented, all that shit is rented. So the rent people better go get their merchandise on it. Oh, y'all already had to get rid of Justin? Lord have mercy. Too kind of folk digging into his personal life. If Uncle Tim has not already said it publicly, nobody should be taking pictures of Uncle Tim without his permission. Are you following this silly ass story, Goonies? So Jay Wilson had a hot story, right? He said the people had contacted him and they had a picture. They had a picture of Timothy Blaine in service. Now, let me ask you a question. Why would that be an embarrassment to me? I don't understand that. Because you took my picture in church? I'm not ashamed. I would not be ashamed of the gospel, honey. Right? All you got to do is go to City of Refuge Church. It's right here on YouTube. You'll see me every Sunday, girl. I am the damn usher. I'm sitting right there. I don't know what the big mystery was. So they wanted me to get hot and go after them. And Jay Wilson said, oh, I didn't even do it. They want me to post a picture. I didn't do it. I didn't. Girl, nobody give a fuck if you do it or not, nigga. I don't live in secrecy, Jay Wilson. That is you, honey. You were the one that was devastated because they took a picture of you on that little bitty stage, honey. Not me. I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck if you see me in the Safeway, girl, take my picture. I'll smile for you. How you doing? Selfies for everyone. Why would you be ashamed to go into church, though? I don't get it. You think I make some kind of fool of myself in church, honey? Worship is the high point of my life. So if that's what you photograph, girl, good for you, Miss Dane, right? I would like to have a copy myself because I love it. Does that satisfy you, Goonies? Now they're giving you a warning and say, stop all that talking, Goonies. So this is the information age, and everybody's got a cell phone, everybody's got a camera. Anywhere you're at, honey, you can be photographed, right? You want to go out there and commit you a murder somewhere, Goonies, they got cameras in every other building, girl. Not only in businesses, but in residential. Everything's being photographed. You can drive your car through a red light, right? They just snap the picture of your license plate, honey. You're right. We'll be contacting you in 24 hours. Look at my sweet baby over there licking his paws. You see him? Hi, baby. What you doing? Daddy just licking paws. What you doing? Where you going? I'm gonna sit over there with you, Daddy. I don't like to be on camera. So this thing has finally come to a head. Pop your collar. We ain't scared. We ain't ashamed of the gospel, baby. I'd rather you catch me there. I don't do nothing. See, coming from my background where I did everything, child. I don't know what the hell. I'm clean, baby. I love to be clean. I'm so glad I got my own, and I'm so glad that I can see my life. It is a natural high. The man can't run no game on me. There's something kind of funny how that man will take your money. I enjoy being clean, honey. You ain't gonna catch me in no nasty places. Why? Because I don't have no desire for it, girl. Mr. Sweeney, ain't he cute? And Sweeney, he's so heavenly and beautiful. When he's in the ring light, he's like he glows. I don't know why the dogs don't get dirty up. Well, they get dirty if it rains, then they get in the mud. But that white coat stays white all the time. A picture from praising the Lord. Ain't that something? If you're ashamed of that, you shouldn't have your ass in there. Was it trying to be offensive? Okay. I know that's right. I could tell. Yeah, so it's a damn shame we got to be out here cheering for a black man going to jail. I think the man could have avoided all this. Frankly, it's just stupid. I remember when I was a kid in Indianapolis, these African American gentlemen, they had robbed this rich family, and I'm not sure. I don't want to say the name of the family. This rich family, I think it was Brock's or Mrs. Brock or something like that, heir to a big fortune, right? They had robbed the woman, and they killed her. And the way they caught them was they were in California buying new cars, buying all this new shit. I think one put down a payment on the house with cash, right? And that's how they found them. How in the hell you go from zero to buying $80,000 cars? Right? Just stupid criminals. One thing about Whitehead, he gonna definitely make it to one of these dumb criminals bios. So he will, at least he'll get famous. Because they're gonna cut A and E or which the other ones, whatever. All of them are ones that do true crime. They're gonna show true crime, and they're gonna show how stupid he was. Already, fella. I'm way behind. Hold on a minute. Hi, God before everything. You didn't send me your address. I told you I want to send you this book, Muse. I think you'll enjoy it. But you got to send me your address again. I know you're going to say, oh, I already sent it to you. You already got it. No, I don't save a lot of that because I have so much mail that after I read them, I generally I don't know if I have it or not, really. But just send it to me, please. God before everything. How you doing, Soul Sister #1 show? Pappy. What's going on, Pappy? Your handsome self. Oh. Ladies, y'all better check out Pappy. It'll be in your emails and your Instagrams. Let me see. I think Pam, she's been following this thing line by line, and she's an actual lawyer, and she's taking the time to actually go there to be in court, right? After all, she's been covering the damn thing for, what has it been, 3 years? She wanted to be there when he got sentenced or got off. Whitehead, you're not Donald Trump, honey. We still can't figure out how he walking away from 97 charges. Correct. I think his money might be running a little short, since he just put up something like $90 million to appeal the other case. He ain't gonna win the appeal. What if he don't lose the appeal? He don't give a fuck. You know why? Because he's raising the money from us, not us on this channel, but America. But still, that 480 million is got to sting, honey. You put up the buildings, lose the case, and lose the buildings. Justice wasn't blind today. He right there back with his old buddies, probably. Man, you made it a year, man. You made it 2 years. Tell me how you made it. Nigga, tell me what happened. Nigga got caught with the still want to have cars. Don't want to pay for them. Didn't the Rolls Royce people come for you by back payments, man? Where's his wife, Asia? I don't know. She left him recently. Now they're acting like they're back together. I don't know why a woman would be back there. She might be waiting for him to go to jail so she can clean them safes out, honey. Clean out them closets to get them fur coats, right? Because she ain't got to worry about him. He's going to be gone for multiple years. So she can get the car, and hopefully one car's in somebody's name. Maybe her Mercedes paid off, whatever. Sell what she can sell. If she's still around at all. I think she took her daughter and moved to a hotel at some point. Ooh, Whitehead was already on bail. He has been since December 22. He was already out on bail. This is a federal conviction. So he already tried to appeal one of the cases. He's like Trump. They got so many damn cases you can't keep up. Okay, but let me see what else. How much did I read? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, Whitehead. No, the rest of it is just going over the cases. I got burned out on cases. But all the cases, all the shit we talked about for the last 2.5 years have been true. He was found guilty on all of them. Stupid criminal. Oh, thank you. Somebody gave me the Cash App. Hold on a minute. We always want to acknowledge the peoples, honey. Thank you, Royalty. From Egyptian. Okay. God bless you. Okay, we were at where's his wife, Asia? Now she gonna have to ride his name. Maybe she can get herself more established on YouTube, right? This damn internet gets very addictive, right? He got on YouTube and went crazy after he got robbed. We never heard of him before he got robbed, honey. But he got so hooked on that attention that he thought he was really pulling something off. He was really fly with this car with the lights all in the ceiling and orange, rich Valentine interior and all this shit, right? Just flash, 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 drawing more and more attention to yourself. You should have went over to a wheat farm somewhere in Arizona, girl, and just cooled out. But I think the biggest mistake he made was not paying that woman her money. What kind of deal is that? I'll give you give me 90,000 and I'll give you 100 a month to live on. Who the hell gonna live in New York City on $100 a month? You couldn't even live in the backwoods of Arkansas with no damn $100 a month, right? So you try to take advantage of that woman. And if you did it to her, you probably did it to other people too. Are they already on it, Goonies? They will be. He wanted attention, and that's what they're gonna give him. You want to be famous. You want YouTube fame, honey. He done came on here. He's sued. Who the hell are all these people he's suing? 20 million, 50 million, 100 million, all these millions of dollars, child. You really think them damn lawyers are gonna be hanging in there with them cases? He in prison. Can't make it. You know what you're gonna make in the Fed, Whitehead? You do know. You spent years there, right? What's it gonna be? 35 cents an hour? Maybe the Fed pays better than the state, so you get 40 cents an hour, right? So long climb down, bro. And you did it to yourself. Maybe he knew it was going to end this way. Sooner or later, her part of the house. Do we even know that house? The house was had a foreclosure notice on it at some point early on in the case. He ain't got no money. He borrowing millions of dollars, and they find out he only got $5 in the bank. He said he had what, 250,000 cash. Everything's been a lie. Everything's been a lie, honey. I don't think he has no respect for God. He just don't, honey. He still got his name, still pretending to be a bishop. Maybe there's some kind of dream he had to be a bishop. You gonna have to confront those lies, boy. And they don't have no. They might say they have a therapist in prison, but no, those are just people to stop you from hanging yourself. Correct? You need serious help. He got a prayer closet. He wanted to show off his suits. He called it. Whitehead wanted to show off so bad that he said that he was going into his prayer closet and he's praying over Louis Vuitton and Polo, all clothes in the prayer closet. The prayer closet is supposed to be empty, fool. Quiet. God wants your silence, honey. He go in there, child. He got open boxes of shoes all over the floor that haven't even been opened yet, child. I guess some people just figure I'm going to live large while I'm out, and then I'm going back. I know I'm going back. I'm going to enjoy myself while I'm out, right? But then when that hammer comes down and you find your ass locked in there with nothing but a toilet and toilet paper, or you start thinking, how stupid was I? What a waste. What a waste. I can just see them crackheads down there in Brooklyn, child, selling his $500 shoes for $5. Look at these suits. I got suits. Because they're gonna run over there, honey. Soon as the conviction went down and they found out he was in jail, they started making it towards the house. That's what they do. Prayer. Had the nerve to call it a prayer closet. That boy, he's a little crazy. He's a little mental. Just that whole story about his father making up some story and attaching himself to some dead man. I mean, goddamn, man. You got no respect at all. And man got a whole family out there. Don't even know you. Who are you? And then he said he tried to get money from them. After he introduced, oh, I'm his father. I'm his son. That's my father. That's my, he's not part of the family. And my father, how much money was it? Nigga, tell me what happened. The woman said, baby, we ain't got money like that. Eric, the man who did he say? I forgot the father's name. The man he claimed to be his father, right? He wasn't no rich man. He ain't had no money, but he thought that they had money. That's how he came up with the idea of attaching himself to that man. But he had no problem at all using that story for the rest of his life, right? I had to grow a black man without a father. A black man, Miss Thing. Everybody said, well, so what's so unusual about that, honey? He even got into it with the man's daughters. So distasteful. All the time hollering about you a preacher. Spitting on God's church. Arthur Miller was the father. The people in the family, none of them ever heard of Whitehead. Right? How you a father? I mean, people have illegitimate children across town and all that kind of stuff, right? But there's no evidence at all that the mother even knew this man. That was just a story in the news, honey. A local story, just like he attached himself to Eric Adams, the mayor. Probably had a couple of conversations with him. Then he just started taking pictures with him. Everywhere he go, there he was, right? Because they are all doing community work. And then he just stand beside him and take a picture. Look at me. You know what you see? You see a bad mother. He paid the cost to be the boss. A dumb criminal. What else y'all think? Let me see. We'll have the real story on this evening. I'd imagine a lot of people are going to be talking about this. I went to the internet. The only thing I could find on the internet was New York Times, or they're always first. They did an extensive story. But by the night, all the local papers are going to cover this. And the bloggers and the YouTubers and all that kind of stuff. I think basically it's the charges that he was charged with a couple years ago. Those are all the charges he got convicted of, all of them. All of them, and they are very close to the charges that he had when he went to prison, 6-7 years ago. He did 8 years. He come out of prison lying, talking about how he got acquitted, all this kind of shit. They said, no, you just did your time, nigga. That's how much time you got, girl. You did it. Adams have shady background himself. That's why he want to stay the hell away from Whitehead. That's the last thing he wanted to do, was had his fool running around town saying his name, even if he does have issues. A lot of these politicians have issues, honey. But I think that was greatly exaggerated. Now he's the mentor. Can I call you my mentor and my blog father? He's out constantly attaching himself. He was going all around New York trying to borrow money and using the mayor. Like I can get you permits to build a building. I can get you permits for this, permits for that. Me and the mayor is close. Look at that picture. Look at the here picture. Look at that picture. Give me 5,000. Then he was actually strong arming people. He said he gonna beat up D.L. Hughley. He acted a goddamn fool with Larry Reed in that Walmart, right? He got so, why are you so hot? Because somebody laughed at your punk ass. You don't think you're clownish? So answers your question about YouTube live commercials. I hope that you read it. Oh, Goonies, you said that you see commercials in the beginning of a live and at the end. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to put them in there. I wouldn't put much in there anyway, but a couple of commercials would probably be good because we're on here for an hour whenever we come on. But we're good. We're cool. We ain't never gonna get rich messing around with YouTube beef sector. Never. They ought to send pictures. Send pictures to Whitehead. You see the crackheads go around. I got suits. I got suits. This is real, man. Look at the diamond. This is a real diamond, man. This is a real diamond. Yeah, give me 2 pieces. Give me 2 pieces. That's worth about $20. Give me 2 pieces. You want a chandelier? I can get that chandelier out of there. Thank you for that, Goonies. Since I have a premium, a YouTube premium, I don't see commercials, so I never know how many is in there. Marine, is it mini FBA? How many FBA? The Feds already got the jury and cars. I guess you better, whatever they get, whatever they leave, the folks are going to take. Honey, as soon as they said guilty, that he was get handcuffed, they marched right from the courtroom to his house. It don't matter if you break the windows, whatever, because ain't nobody in there. Just start loading, packing shit up. That's what they do, honey. It's a come up day. Anybody got a car is driving, baby. The Fed will seize the house. They'll go in there and get what they consider to be valuable. Everything else is going to be left. What the Fed going to do with a suit? This fool talking about he paying $8,000 and $9,000 for these clownish ass suits, y'all. They'll take stuff like jewelry and guns and shit like that. Did he get arrested? Yes, he is in custody. Found guilty today on 5 charges, including extortion and wire fraud. And for ripping that woman off. I guess that's a federal crime too. They got to figure out, the Fed got to figure out how to get, I mean, it's not like the Fed actually needs any money. They need to pay his creditors, people he ripped off, including that woman who caused his downfall. He thought he was really taking advantage of some older black woman. Honey just got out of a health crisis. He gonna go take her life savings and sit there skinning and grinning. Let's get G to hang. Let's get G to hang. On that bullshit, child. No concern whatsoever. I just ripped that woman off. I think it's ironic that she's the one that brought him down, though. She was his Al Capone. Remember how they got Al Capone on income tax evasion, honey. Gave him a right hook he wasn't expecting. The Fed is going to put that house up for sale. He's probably already in a foreclosure. Then was he involved in other buildings too? That church building, didn't he lose that a couple of weeks ago? The church he tried to throw the parishioners out. They've been there for years. A woman scorned. That's right. So you how big my balls are, nigga. No, I don't think they are leaving him sitting. As far as I know, according to the New York Times, he was in jail this morning. Right. He has been found guilty. There is no appeal. You've already been found guilty. So the sentencing date, things like that have happened with these multimillionaires. Will they let him out? No, this is definitely a flight risk. Maybe he do prison ministry. He's going to do that. That's absolutely. I can guarantee you that. You can go in there and be everything you want to be, right? Except you're going to be living in the goddamn little small space with a toilet in it for the next 20 years. So call yourself a preacher if you want to. Everybody needs a little purpose. He never preached anything, really. I mean, just the silliest little. These people kill me. They pick up a book and they read a fucking half a paragraph, and then now I know God. Right? I can preach the word. I said, you got anything more in depth than that, man? No, you don't. It's a cover for you. This is where I'm getting my money from. I'm a bishop. Really? Them 14 people carrying a lot of weight around, baby. Yes, he really thought he was gonna walk away from it. He probably I'm sure he showed up in court with his diamond bracelets on and rang. If that woman got any sense, child, she try to get whatever she can get before the Fed come. Fed might have it itemized, take pictures of everything, you know. So let's hope that at least Pauline will get. There were several other victims, but let's hope that lady at least gets her money back. If she can't get more for, she can't get it from a lawsuit, that the Fed would just take it and give it back to her. However that works. Maybe do. Trust me, I know my baby's mama. Lawyers will tell anything until the last day of court. Lawyers will tell anything until the last day of court. Lord have mercy. They ain't getting paid either. Him and Trump, they're known for not paying people. How you gonna pay somebody either in prison? Plus, he gonna be in reception for probably several months until they find a job for him, and then the job gonna pay him 40 cents an hour. Okay, so how you gonna pay the lawyers now? And Pauline, please. All this just to dress tacky. Ain't that something, Dana? That's what it comes down to. Dress tacky, drive cars. That's how he got busted last time. Stealing people's identity and buying cars with it. His obsession with cars. He's such a lowlife. He's just a lowlife, honey. Working a scam. Well, that buzzer y'all hear in the background is for my baby. We have to go and get him so he can go pee-pee. Come on, Dad. You look at him. He's jumping on here to his dad. What are you doing? You ready to go? I hear it, boy. I hear it. Thank y'all for coming in today. Maybe we'll have a sentencing soon, or tomorrow we'll have more on this case. I don't know how much more can be said about it. He's gone. Gone, gone, gone. Go. Anybody here seen our old friend Whitehead? Can y'all tell me where he go? Later, people.